descend into madness with 10 brutal hidden slasher movies that slipped beneath the surface. From masked maniacs to psychological tormentors, these films unleash a storm of blood, paranoia, and pain. Each one carves its own path through the genre, twisted, merciless, and unforgettable. Number 10. Christmas Bloody Christmas.
What? This guy killed the kid next door!
Oh, Tori just wants to drink, party, and get through another lonely Christmas Eve without incident. But when a robotic Santa Claus, originally designed for military use, malfunctions in a nearby toy store, her holiday plans erupt into a blood-drenched nightmare. As the metal monster goes haywire, hunting anyone in its path with cold precision, the festive lights and holiday cheer morph into a sinister neon-lit battlefield. What starts as a wild night quickly turns into a desperate fight for survival, as Tori faces off against a relentless axe-wielding machine in a snowy hellscape. Wrapped in synth-heavy ambiance and soaked in 80s-inspired gore, this isn't just another killer Santa flick. It's a mechanical massacre dressed in tinsel and terror. Number 9. Virus 32.
Nos va a ayudar a traer a Raúl.
Iris works the night shift at a sprawling sports club in Montevideo, and when she reluctantly brings her daughter along for company, the evening takes a terrifying turn. A mysterious virus has transformed the city's populace into ultra-violent hunters who erupt into savage attacks, then freeze for exactly 32 seconds before striking again. As Iris navigates darkened corridors and desperate screams, she teams up with a cryptic stranger who offers help, if she assists him first, with time ticking and danger closing in from every angle. With a relentless pace and claustrophobic setting, the film pits raw survival instinct against a scenario where every second matters. Directed by Gustavo Hernandez, Virus 32 reignites zombie terror in a compact, high-stakes outbreak horror. Number 8. Night of the Reaper. When college student Dina returns to her quiet suburban hometown for Halloween, a simple babysitting gig turns into a night of escalating horror. After the local sheriff receives a cryptic VHS tape linked to a past murder, a new reign of terror begins, unfolding through eerie footage, whispered threats, and the creeping presence of a masked killer. As Dina uncovers a twisted scavenger hunt tied to her own past, the small town's calm facade crumbles into paranoia and bloodshed. Set against a backdrop of retro Halloween decor and analog fear, the killer stalks in silence, lurking within memories and media alike. With a slow burn tension and moments of brutal clarity, the film merges throwback slasher elements with a modern psychological twist. Number 7. The Conference. A corporate retreat in the Swedish countryside spirals into carnage when a group of municipal workers gathers to celebrate a controversial development project. Beneath forced smiles and team-building exercises, old grudges and buried secrets simmer until a masked killer begins slaughtering attendees with brutal efficiency. As tensions escalate and the body count rises, the colleagues are forced to confront not only the horrors around them, but the corruption that brought them together in the first place. What starts as awkward office banter turns into primal terror, with every team member a suspect, a victim, or both. The isolation of the remote lodge becomes a claustrophobic arena of mistrust and mayhem where no one is safe and everyone has something to hide. Number 6. Bone Lake. A couple, Sage and Diego, arrive for what's meant to be a romantic weekend at a secluded lakeside mansion, only to discover they've been double-booked with a mysterious and sensual stranger couple who quickly insinuate themselves into every aspect of their stay. As laughter and wine give way to manipulation and hidden agendas, the rental's locked rooms, sex toys, Ouija boards, and old newspaper clippings hint at something far darker beneath the holiday veneer. Isolation, desires, and fear converge until the dream escape twists into a violent battle of wills, survival, and betrayal. With tension mounting in the echoing halls and the water of the lake never quite still, the film's erotic edge and mounting dread form a disturbingly potent mix. Number 5. Here for Blood. When Tom, a hot-headed pro wrestler, agrees to babysit his girlfriend's kid sister for the night, he expects boredom, not bloodshed. But after a group of masked cultists storm the quiet suburban home, he's thrown into a savage fight for survival. As the night spirals into chaos, Tom must use brute force and quick thinking to battle the invaders, protect the child, and uncover the dark rituals that fuel the carnage. Drenched in practical effects, neon lighting, and outrageous gore, the film walks a razor-thin line between horror and absurdity, offering brutal kills, wild one-liners, and a sinister supernatural edge. As the bodies pile up, Tom proves he's more than muscle. He's a final guy with a vengeance. Number 4, Sissy.
Supposed to be me and Emma. That was supposed.
Cecilia, an influencer whose online image hides deep insecurity, accepts an invite from her childhood best friend Emma to join a seemingly idyllic bachelorette weekend. But beneath the cocktails and forced smiles lurks her former school bully, and the reunion spirals into a brutal reckoning of past trauma, social media facades, and vicious revenge. As the group's hidden resentments surface, Cecilia's polished online persona crumbles into raw violence, and the remote getaway becomes a hunting ground. Featuring sharp commentary on wellness culture, digital stardom, and childhood scars, this horror thriller doesn't just terrorize, it questions identity. Number 3, Mindhunters. A team of FBI trainees, each skilled in psychological profiling, are sent to a remote island for a final training exercise meant to simulate the hunt for a fictional serial killer. But when one of them dies in a grotesquely orchestrated trap, it becomes horrifyingly clear. The killer is real and hiding among them. Cut off from the outside world, paranoia sets in as the remaining agents try to unravel the identity of the murderer before they're picked off one by one. Every clue is a deception, every ally a potential threat, and every minute a countdown to death. The once academic test devolves into a nightmare where instincts mean survival. Directed by Rennie Harlan, Mindhunters is a brutal, claustrophobic horror where the mind truly becomes the most dangerous weapon. Number 2, Halloween Aftermath. Years after narrowly surviving a Halloween massacre, Cole Dalton lives a quiet, haunted existence until strange symbols, dark visions, and unexplained deaths begin to stir the shadows once more. As October 31st approaches, the ghost of the Shape looms larger than ever, bleeding from memory into reality. Friends disappear, old wounds reopen, and Cole is thrust back into a nightmare he thought had ended. With each step into his past, the line between trauma and truth blurs, and the town that once offered safety becomes a twisted maze of fear and suspicion. Doors creak, voices whisper, and the mask returns. Not as a man, but as a force. Directed by James Grimm, Halloween Aftermath is a chilling continuation that transforms survivors' guilt into a slow, inevitable descent back into terror. Number 1, Bedevilled. Hey-One, a driven and detached bank employee from Seoul, accepts a vacation to the remote island of Mudo where she reconnects with her childhood friend Bok Nam, only to find the rural community steeped in brutality. Bok Nam works like a slave for the local families, endures horrific abuse, and watches helplessly as her daughter becomes a victim of violence. With Hai-Won's indifference and the islanders' silence, the cruelty escalates into revenge when Bok Nam snaps and launches a bloody rampage against her tormentors. The isolation, the insidious cruelty, and the explosion of violence deliver a chilling lesson in the consequences of turning a blind eye. Bedevilled is a harrowing blend of survival horror and social reckoning. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. Superhost.
I am a superhost.
Complete lunatics.
2 travel vloggers hoping to boost their channel's following check into a remote vacation rental owned by a seemingly enthusiastic and overly helpful host named Rebecca. But their dream content soon turns into a nightmare as their host's behavior grows erratic and invasive. Behind her bright smile lies something far more dangerous than bad hospitality. Sick. During the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, two college friends isolate at a family lake house hoping for a quiet retreat. But their peace shatters when masked intruders descend, stalking them through the dark forest and empty halls. As the violence escalates, the reasons behind the attack are revealed to be disturbingly personal. The town that dreaded sundown.
I'm going to do it again and again until you...
Decades after a masked killer terrorized the town of Texarkana, the brutal murders suddenly begin again, mimicking the original crimes down to the smallest detail. A high school girl becomes obsessed with the legend and uncovers a chilling connection to her own past. As bodies pile up, the town's dark history refuses to stay buried. The past bleeds into the present in this haunting meta-slasher. Wrong Turn.
They said they would.
A group of hikers veer off the Appalachian Trail and stumble into the territory of a hidden mountain cult known as the Foundation. Cut off from the world, they become prey in a deadly game of survival against an ancient and ruthless community. As they fight to escape, the line between civilization and savagery blurs. It's not just the path that's lost, it's their grip on who the real monsters are.